Hello and welcome to the Anime Madness podcast. I am your host, HenDiddy, and I'm joined here tonight with my co-host, Taco, the head of the Agarist.
Crack-a-lackin'.
And today we are going to be talking about anime that have no second season or sequel in the making that deserve and need a sequel, like, desperately. Like, some of these anime that I have off the top of my head are only one season, but the manga is like 40 volumes long. So, do you have one, Taco, if you want to get us started?
Yeah, it got like a prequel.
Okay.
What I thought of yesterday, I thought Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, like showing Spike while he was with the Syndicate.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that. I can see that.
And I also wanted to get like a bit, like we didn't get much of Vicious.
Yeah.
I would love like to get more of like a deep dive on him.
Yeah,
I figured like the best way to do it with like a prequel
I didn't
versus
even
like
think of that, like an anime only something of a show that to give us more context of the universe. I didn't even think of that.
yeah. My first thought was like Cowboy Bebop.
Well, my first thought was Yona of the Dawn.
Okay.
So it has one season. I believe it's 24 episodes, if I remember it correctly. Let me just confirm that real quick. Yeah, it's 24 episodes. And I haven't read all the manga yet, but from what I understand, it only goes to like volume 9 or 10 of the manga. And volume 42 comes out in 3 months. So there's plenty of content. Plus the story is amazing. It's a battle shoujo. But it doesn't feel like a shoujo when you're watching it. So that was the first thought that popped into my head because there's so much content for it.
Another one I thought of was Naruto. Not for Minato. I know everyone loves Minato.
Yeah.
Me included.
Hashirama.
Fucking love Minato. Hashirama Madara.
Yeah. I know when the Naruto Top 90 was going on, I was voting for Hashirama every day.
I voted for Minato personally, just because I want more on Minato. But like, I love Minato, but like to get more, not just like for like the one character, but like to get the background. Like we got a little bit in the show, not like a ton to my memory. I mean, it's been a while since I kind of watched Naruto, but like to get like
we got enough of Minato. The only thing we didn't get was the creation of the Rasengan, which is what we got in the one shot. Yeah, which is what we got in the one shot from the Naruto Top 90.
Right. But to get Madara and Hashirama would be crazy.
Hashirama was pretty damn young.
Yep.
Like
same as Madara.
If we could get more, well, Madara was old when he died. We saw that with Obito. But to get the Hashirama stuff after the fight at the Final Valley when he sets Tobirama up as the second Hokage, what happened in that time span? That's why I voted for Hashirama so much.
Like, we need that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need that.
You know what we don't need from Naruto,
though? Hit me.
Boruto.
Twin Vortex is cool, okay?
the manga is not bad.
Twin Vortex is cool. Okay, honestly, this will be a little side off tangent. I learned that Boruto can do the flying Raijin in midair, and I think that's fucking sick.
Yeah, he does it in the one chapter. I believe it's chapter 5 or 6 he does it.
Which, granted, is fucking cool.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't care. That is fucking sick.
It blew my mind, honestly. And the most recent chapter was just like, what the hell?
Like, they popping off of the Boruto manga on the low, but the anime is still kind of mid.
The anime is lower than mid.
It's still kind of mid.
It's so low that the manga cannot save it.
Which is sad, because the manga is, like, really, like, it's solid.
Yeah, because, like, you have Promised Neverland, Claymore, that deviated from the manga heavily, even Tokyo Ghoul. But the manga
That's not like a little, that's a ton.
Well, Claymore is a ton. It cuts out half the series.
So you're reading fucking Tokyo Ghoul right now. Like you could
Yeah,
see the difference.
I'm on volume 7 of Tokyo Ghoul, and I
Like you could see
believe
the difference.
um, what chapter am I on?
Especially with 1000 minus 7.
I'm on chapter 61. Oh no, I just
Did
started
you,
chapter 62.
so you already dealt with Jason, right?
No, that's currently going on. The end of chapter 61 was when Kaneki first sees Rize in his spatial world.
Okay. Say once you
So his hair's already turned white,
okay.
but he's still in the chair.
Okay. Like I told you yesterday, we're just remember 1000 minus 7.
Trust me, I know. It's on the back of my one hoodie. But like when it comes
Oh
to
my
like,
god.
and Promise Neverland extremely screwed the pooch. But with those three
Yeah, we were talking
series,
about that a while ago.
with those three series, the manga actually does save its reputation. To where Boruto, the anime is so gut wrenchingly bad that the
Yeah.
manga does not help it much. Like I enjoy the manga, but it does not help the anime's reputation. Like I'll go and rewatch
Agreed.
Claymore, I'll rewatch Tokyo Ghoul, I'll rewatch at least the first season of Promise Neverland.
Right.
But Boruto is something that I'm not going to go back and rewatch.
No. Well, I don't blame you because I wouldn't either.
And it's, another one was Soul Eater. Soul Eater deviated into an anime only ending, but the manga is good enough to where it saves it, and I will go back and rewatch Soul Eater.
Right.
Another one that I have off the top of my head is No Game No Life.
So I haven't watched that one yet.
It
That's
has
the video
been,
game one, right?
not necessarily video game, just games in general, because
So
board games
it's
are part of it and all of that. Card games.
so it's kind of like Ready Player One. You kind of explained to us a while ago.
In a
Kind of.
way,
I remember that's how you kind of explained it to us.
in a way, but basically take everything that's inside the Ready Player One world, and that's the actual world.
See, like that itself is dope.
Like it is an isekai at the end of the day.
Right.
So, but it ends off on a massive cliffhanger at the start of the next arc.
Ooh.
And if I remember correctly, I think it came out in 2014.
I believe you.
Yeah, 2014 it came out. Then we got the prequel movie in 2017. So it's been 10 years since we got anything. And there are, as of February 2023, so as 1 year ago, there are 12 novels.
Okay.
So, and from, if I remember correctly, the first season goes through the first 3.5 novels. Maybe 4. So there's plenty of material to adaptate.
Yeah.
Do you have another one?
This is so I don't have beef with a certain character, but My Hero Academia. I want more on All Might.
Okay. The thing with My Hero Academia is there's still more. It's still currently publishing, and the next season
which is the issue.
The
I
next
wouldn't say
season,
it's necessarily an issue.
yeah, the next season is already announced. So for
Yes.
the list we're doing today, it doesn't really fit the criteria.
Yeah, but when you look at it like prequel wise,
I mean, I can understand that, but
like,
we still
it'd
don't
be
know. We
sick.
don't know what Horikoshi's gonna do.
True. Which is like I said, that provides the problem. But I wish, like, I hope, like, at some point we get that, just so, like, I get, like, I want to like All Might.
Plus, there's the My Hero Vigilante
Which is solid.
side story, which takes place 5 years before the current story, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
When does MHA Vigilante? Yeah, 5 years before the events of the main story. Which one was All Might's fight with Allfron, where he achieved that injury? 5 years before the present story. So there's probably some in that. I've only read the first 9 chapters of it. But I just got onto Ranker to see what is for anime that desperately need another season. And the top two are No Game No Life and Yuna of the Dawn. Next one is High School the Dead. Now, this one is kind of different. I can see why I understand why people want a sequel of it because it ends off ambiguous, open-ended cliffhanger type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the way that ending is, and the reason why it's not going to continue is one, the creator passed away.
Mm-hmm.
So there originally was plans to continue it, but no one knows how the creator was going to continue the story.
Right.
And the way that they did the final chapter was the final panels weren't done yet when the creator passed away.
Okay.
So the way they did it to get the final chapter out was they made it open-ended. Like, this is how the story's ending. You can think of what happens next. Which, granted, in a zombie apocalypse world, that kind of sucks. But I'm not sitting here desperately crying for another season of High School of the Dead, as much as I enjoyed it.
That's fair.
Do you have another one?
I do. Assassination Classroom.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that story got wrapped up pretty well.
But if you go prequel, you get more on Koro before he was an antimatter being.
As the Reaper.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we got all that we needed from his flashback, though.
I feel like it'd just be cool, though.
What I would want from As Class would be possibly a sequel series following Nagisa on his way to becoming a teacher kind of thing. But that'd be more of a slice of life than a battle shonen. So I don't know how well that would work with the fan base. You know what I mean?
I mean, that makes sense.
But that's what I would like to see from As Class, because I feel the Reaper's flashback gave us plenty of information on the Reaper.
I mean, that's fair. I think it'd just be cool to get more. That was one of my favorite parts of As Class.
Next one on this list that I brought up was Ouran High School Host Club. Now,
Okay.
I've read the entire manga of this, and
Okay.
only the first half of the manga was adapted, and then they gave it an anime-only ending.
Interesting.
So, yeah, would I like to see the second half of the manga adapted? I would. Would I like to see the ending tweaked and fixed? I would, because the ending kind of sucked.
I mean, I felt that.
You have no clue what I'm talking about when it comes to Ouran.
No, but I meant, like, when you said, like, the ending sucked.
Yeah.
But they, like, the anime, yeah,
Yeah,
I could feel that.
Being able to tweak it.
Yeah, so
Just
I
had to
feel
find
that.
a way to bring AOT into this, didn't you?
There's so many ways to bring an AOT into this, okay? That'd be a great prequel. You know how crazy that would go?
I take it that's your next entry for our list?
Oh, yes. You know how crazy it'd be to get more of Ymir?
Well, it's already a manga.
I meant, like, to get animated.
Yeah, if
See, I
they
haven't read that.
animated before the fall.
Yeah, see, I haven't read that.
Because I believe that takes place 145 years before the story.
Okay. See, I haven't read that.
I haven't either yet. When does AOT before the
I
fall?
want to.
So AOT before the fall takes place between the years of 778 and 793.
Okay.
Based on the fact that it was stated in Chapter 20 of the series that Zavi Inosiko was the Training Corps 49th class.
Right.
So how long... What year does AOT's main story take place?
I thought it was like 8 something.
845.
I can't remember. See? Look at me knowing.
So it's about 70 years before. 60 to 70 years before.
Which is enough to give a lot of context and story.
Well, yeah,
'Cause the other thing,
before the fall is like 18 volumes.
Yeah, which I have yet to read, and I want to.
It's the only AOT. Oh, that and Lost Girls are the only mangas from AOT that I have not read yet.
I feel like that getting like animated would be sick.
Yeah, I wouldn't put
Like,
my like. Might as well get everything animated. Like you already animated No Regrets. You animated Lost Girls.
mm,
There was one more, I believe, and I don't think I have it. What was HM again? I have it. I have it I have it like acronymed in my list. I don't know. Girls. I'm trying to find it, and I don't, because I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. For the fall. There's No Regrets. Junior High already got animated.
Junior High is very bad.
Oh, The Harsh Mistress of the City.
Okay.
That's the other one. It's 2 volumes. It's light novels. The future that was taken for granted was broken by the attack of the Titans. While Maria was pierced, and even in the Quinta district where Mathis and his allies lived, Titans appeared. Due to this, the line of supplies is cut off from the country, and the citizens begin to panic. Rita, a soldier who had joined the brigade of the occupation troops, tries to protect the town that has fallen into chaos, but due to the forceful methods the brigade put into action using actual Titans, the entire city becomes afraid. In order to meet up with Rita, Mathis takes the helping hand of a band of thieves. I don't even know when this is supposed to take place.
So I couldn't even tell you. Now I'm like thinking about it.
Yeah, that's weird, but that's another side story of AOT.
AOT has a bunch of stuff you can do with,
Yeah.
which
So
is
there's
awesome.
there's 2 side stories that haven't been animated yet.
Yep.
The next 2 on here, I'm not really sure. We have a Watakai, Love is Hard for an Otaku. I don't know how much is actually animated because I haven't watched or read any of it yet.
Okay.
And then the next one is Maid Sama, which, if I'm remembering correctly, because I've watched the entire anime, it does end prematurely to the manga, but I haven't read all the manga yet, so I don't know what's actually missing.
Gotcha. Honestly, I thought of another one.
Go ahead.
Cool. Death Note. Instead of light, you get L.
Get L's bring up and everything. Or there's also
Go through the Wami house and everything.
The special,
like, you get his rise.
The special stories that take place after L's death, or Light's death.
Because there's technically 2 prequels, but they're not really like known. And one is L's come up through the Wami house and how he like you get the whole. I think like that would be cool.
And then there's the previous user that intrigued Ryuk.
Yeah, then there's one where a kid gets the notebook after Light does.
That's I believe 5 years after Light.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like those would be dope.
I'm looking at that volume right now because there's multiple.
I think those would be cool.
Short stories.
Like one of those would be cool.
Yep.
Like, I don't know how much content you could get out of it, but it'd definitely be cool.
For the post series, for the short stories, I feel like it'd be better if it was like a 4-part special.
Agreed.
would be pretty much all you can get out of it.
That would make sense.
Next one on the list is Dead Man Wonderland.
Okay.
Now, I know there's more material because of the way that the anime ends. The anime came out in 2011, and I have not seen a single word about a sequel yet.
Really?
Yeah. But that is a great story, and that is one that I feel is very deserving of a sequel. Especially for the way it ends.
That's fair.
One that they actually have on here, which I could agree, if the last 2 episodes weren't the final fight, and that's Claymore. So basically, if it ends at episode 24 and 25 and 26 weren't a thing, I would 100% with yes, Claymore needs a sequel. But since it skipped all the other stuff and then goes straight to the final fight, it's like it just needs a remake at this point. It has been almost 20 years since that came out. It's been 17 years.
Oh, wow.
Do you have any others?
I'm trying to think. There was one in my head. I think I lost it.
So they have OG Trigun on here, on this list.
Interesting.
OG Trigun finishes the story. The only thing that's missing is a little bit of the prequel stuff because you don't get a lot of it in the flashbacks. But that's what Trigun Stampede is currently doing. Now, granted, it tweaks the story a bit and has Vash meet Wolford before the Fall of July instead of after the Fall of July, 20 years later.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not going with the 20-year plot in Stampede. They're going with, I believe, 2 years later.
Oh, okay.
And basically, Vash now has his bounty that he had in the original. The reporter from Stampede is now an insurance agent like the original.
Mm-hmm.
So, I feel like this is unwarranted to be on here because the original did finish the story that was there, and we have Stampede that is picking up the pieces that weren't fully expanded on while also changing the story a little bit and making it its own thing.
I just remembered mine.
Go for it.
Samurai Champloo.
Yes. From what I understand, that was all the content that was published.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But you
I feel
can't
like it deserves it.
You can't just have them ending splitting their own ways like that.
By the way, it was perfect the way they did it.
It was. I should have mentioned this at the beginning of this. There will be a lot of spoilers because we are talking about like ends of seasons or ends of series. So there's going to be a lot of spoilers.
Yes.
So we apologize in advance. I should have said that at the beginning, not 20 minutes in.
You're going to make like a black screen before. I forgot to do this in the beginning.
My editing skills are not that. I'll just put it in the title of the video.
There you go. But yeah, Samurai Champloo definitely deserves it.
Yeah. So Drifters is on here. Now, I haven't watched or read any Drifters, which I severely want to do because it's how do you say his name again? Kota Hirano. It's the same creator as Hellsing. And apparently, I just learned this the other day, there is a huge amount of historical people in this.
Okay.
Like, let me pull up its Mal page and go under its characters. Joan of Arc is in it.
That's cool.
Hannibal Baraka is in it.
Okay.
Nobunaga Oda is in it, which is a historical samurai from Japan.
Okay.
Rasputin is in it.
That's cool.
Anastasia Nikolaevna Romanov is in it. the Black King. The Black King is Jesus Christ.
Huh.
Now, it's not said that it's Jesus Christ in the anime or in the manga because,
Hinted.
religious reasons, but
Of course.
it's not hard to deduce.
That's fair.
Like, from what I've heard, as soon as the Black King appears, it's like, oh, that's Jesus.
That's fair.
Because he literally, when he introduces himself, he says, I was a carpenter in this area of the world at this time frame. And it's like, dude, that's Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Joan of Arc, I already said.
Yep.
But yeah, there's a crap ton of historical people. Now, there's some in here that I missed because they're Japanese ones that I'm not real knowledgeable on.
Mm-hmm.
But they also have Toradora on here. So Toradora is a rom-com. And the way it ends is basically a Sundia character finally admits her love, and she's hiding in the school locker on graduation because she had to move away. And the main character, finds her there, and that's it. End. From what I recall, that's how the manga ended as well. So many of these that I haven't seen yet, and I have no knowledge on, so it makes it hard. Okay, here's one that I've seen. Another. So Another should not be on here. For the main simple fact that the entire story is covered. Everything was covered in the entire story.
Enough.
The plot was wrapped up. Everything was covered.
That's fair.
Oh, if only we had Tony here. He could give us input on my love story. Because he's seen it. Here's one. Nana. So, Nana is a josei, girl's love. And anime has 49 episodes, I believe. And I haven't watched it yet because I've only read the first 6 chapters.
Okay.
But from what I understand, Nana is on hiatus, the manga, after 21 volumes. And if my knowledge is correct, which it might not be, the anime covers through volume 15. It's either volume 15 or 16. So, yes, there is some content for a sequel, but not enough, I don't think.
Gotcha.
So, as much as it definitely would need a sequel, it would have to wait for the manga to start publishing again. Now, they have Nichijou on here, which I don't think should be on here because the way that the manga and anime are set up is there's not really a need for a sequel. Each chapter is its own story.
Honestly, I think a pretty cool prequel would be Tokyo Ghoul.
Okay.
I think it would be a cool prequel versus a sequel.
Yeah, so basically what I think when I think prequel for Tokyo Ghoul, there's two plot lines, and the one only came up because there was the special chapter in the manga, and that is Rize.
Yep.
Which there is manga content of it.
Yes.
And the other one is Yoshimaru, the owner of Antaku, following when he was the owl.
Yes.
When he was the owl and younger. I 100% agree with that.
Yeah. We just need more Tokyo Ghoul content, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They screwed it up so bad.
Yeah, and apparently there's the 10th anniversary thing that's going to be happening for Tokyo Ghoul.
Yeah, April 5th.
So, we'll see what...
All the episodes will be on YouTube, by the way.
Is that all they're doing for it?
There's all 50 episodes. All full length episodes, I believe, all going to their YouTube page.
If that's all they're
I don't.
doing, then I'm gonna be a little disappointed.
I I put it into news. Like there was probably like a link to it too. I can't remember. I didn't click on the link. I read like the headline part of it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, there's a link for it. More details. But it is a 10th anniversary project start, so they might be starting a remake of it.
if they start a remake for Tokyo Ghoul, I'll be pretty hyped.
So, and it's going to be on Studio Periot's YouTube channel.
Yes.
So this is the second list where I saw Watamote. No matter how I look at it, it's you guys' fault. I'm not popular. Apparently the one opening of this is like a banging heavy metal track.
Okay.
So this is on my binge list currently. I haven't started it yet, so I don't know how the season ends and how it goes from there. Trinity 7 is another one I haven't seen yet, but I heard it does have an abrupt ending.
Okay.
Oh, how did I forget about this one?
I don't know.
Monster Musume, Everyday Life with Monster Girls. So I watched the first season of this, and it is a cliffhanger ending, and the manga is still going on. So yes, this one desperately needs a second season. Because it's not even the romance that brings, because this is a rom-com.
Mm-hmm.
But it is with monster girls. Like there's a snake girl, there's a harpy, there's a centaur, there's a slime, there's a spider. But it's not even like the romance between them and the main character, because it is a harem. It's the stupid antics that they get up to and the comedy of it that actually makes it enjoyable for me.
That's fair.
So yeah, I definitely want to see another season of that, without a doubt.
Like I thought of one. Like I don't know how you could like do it, but you could technically do Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, I would 100% take that one for this list, because there's been nothing for the Dark Continent arc. Nothing leading to like an anime for the Dark Continent arc, which is the next arc in the series.
Yeah, like I'm very indifferent on the series, but like it deserves it.
Yeah.
Granted, I know nothing of what's going on.
I don't either. I have the knowledge through the Chimera Ant arc, and I believe it's the first 5 chapters of the Dark Continent arc is when they had the meeting, and Gon has to sit down with his dad and all that. I believe that's the first several chapters of the Dark Continent arc.
Okay. You're saying like I'm indifferent.
From what I've heard, there is a full-blown fight between Chrollo and Hisoka.
Interesting.
But the question is, it's like, do you want to read a light novel with your manga?
No.
Because that's what it gets to at one point.
See, like, I don't think it's like I'm so indifferent on the series. Like, there's definitely good aspects to it, and there's bad aspects to it.
I think
like,
it's nothing against Tagashi, but he did make Nen extremely complex, and he has it extremely detailed. Like
it's well balanced.
It's not like, you could say Cursed Energy, which is well detailed but very simple. And in both JJK and Hunter x Hunter, if you explain your ability, it makes the ability stronger. So, with how much detail Tagashi has put into these Nen abilities, it makes the explanations so long that I believe from what I heard from Nuxtaku, one character was explaining his Nen ability, and it took 3 pages of like light novel pages, whereas the pages were nothing but text for 3 pages to explain the ability. But at the end of it, it's like you're not confused like in Steins Gate or something. You understand what's happening.
Exactly. Oh no! What? I just thought of another. I know it's
Hmm.
hitting like some sort of comeback series, but Code Geass.
Code Geass. I would say a prequel series for Code Geass would work.
100% a prequel series.
Because there's been multiple different animations of it throughout the years. I haven't watched any of them. I've only watched the original 2 seasons, and the way it ends is just perfect. There's no more perfect ending for Code Geass than the original ending. I don't know what all these spin-off and sequel series that have been coming out over the years are about. One of them could be a prequel. I just don't know because I've never seen them or read anything about them because the main story was so good.
Right.
So some of these series that are on this new list I found already have either the sequels already came out or they have another sequel in the works. Like Fly Me to the Moon, second season just ended a couple seasons ago, and I believe season 3's already been greenlit.
I believe so.
Masamune Kun's Revenge, the second season was another one that was like 5 months ago that ended,
Hmm.
and I don't think there is a new announcement for season 3 yet, but it's more than likely going to get one. I don't recall it coming up on Mao about next season.
That's fair.
And then the next one on this list is In Another World with My Smartphone, which season 2 just ended like 3 months ago. So, and I think it's already been confirmed for season 3. Then I've been killing slimes for 300 years and maxed out my level has been confirmed for season 2. It's coming out this year. Saga of Tanya the Evil season 3 is going to be coming out end of this year or next year, one of the two.
Mm-hmm.
Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation. We're getting the second part of season 2 literally in like a week. Goblin Slayer season 2 just finished a couple months ago. Why is JJK even on this list? Like, there's no
JJK is an interesting one.
There's no doubt it's already been confirmed for season 3. Like, the Culling Games arc is already confirmed for season, or not the Culling Games, the Zenin Clan incident. Culling Games comes after that, which I cannot wait for you to experience the Zenin Clan incident. My Dress Up Darling. Okay, yeah, this is another one. I have not seen anything for season 2 of this yet, but I want it badly. I love the season 1. Black Lagoon is on this list. Now, Black Lagoon's a hard one to put because the chapters are coming out, so I believe it's quarterly is when the chapters come out. And I actually think it might be on hiatus right now. Nope, it is currently publishing. So let me see if there's a chapter schedule on Viz. You know what hasn't been confirmed yet? The next part of Black Clover.
I know. It upsets me. But it upsets me. Especially because you're reading it now and you understand why.
Yeah, I'm on chapter 305, about to be on 306. So the last chapter of Black Lagoon to come out was on August 18th of 2023. There hasn't been a new chapter yet. So I don't know.
Black Clovers was Christmas Eve 2023.
Well, we know it went to Giga Jump, which is quarterly.
Which sucks, but understandable on why the reason it.
Yeah, Yuki's health has been in decline, and he wants to make this as good as it can get because this is apparently the final arc.
Yes, and it's popping off.
Yeah. So the way that the 2023 schedule went for Black Lagoon was 4 chapters released on March 2nd, And then May 18th was another chapter, and then August 18th. So it seems like it's on a quarterly schedule, but there hasn't been another chapter yet. But I believe the series originally ended, and then it got restarted again, is how it happened.
Okay.
So... I haven't seen anything for a second season of Insomniac After School. That's another one that I believe would need a second season.
Okay.
I'm just scrolling through my freaking Viz right now, looking.
I mean, it's tough. Some of them are only manga only right now, so it's like
Yeah.
it's like tough.
Oh, Blue Period. So this is a weird one because it falls under Boys Love and Girls Love.
Okay.
But it's about an artist. It's an art manga. And I think the reason it hasn't been renewed for another season yet is because of... I read the first 2 volumes, and then I started watching this, and I had to get the volumes off my shelf and be like, wait, what the fuck? Because it jumbles it up so much. And from what I've read, it still happens with the later volumes that are in season 1, which there is not enough content for a second season yet. There's only like 4 volumes, at least in the US, there's only like 4 volumes after the end of season 1 that is out. So there's currently not enough content for it. But I did see a lot of hate towards the anime because of the way it jumbled and mixed everything up.
That's fair.
That one.
So many options that it's actually hard to think of.
Yeah, it's also like there's not enough knowledge. Like I don't know if this one actually needs... Oh! How did I forget about this one? Maji. So, all we have is 2 seasons and the Sinbad spinoff, and Nux Taku has been throwing this one down people's throats from what I've seen. But the way the second season ends off is like very abrupt, and it's right before a badass moment in the manga. So I've been seeing a lot of stuff going around for Maji to get another season, which I 100% would probably agree once I get caught up in everything.
That's fair.
This list has Vinland Saga on it. Vinland Saga Season 2 just finished in the winter, and it's already been confirmed for Season 3. Tower of God's next season's coming out this summer. Already talked about several of these. Oh, this list actually has Hunter x Hunter on it. This is the first time I saw it on the list.
Good job. This is...
There are 2 that just came to mind for me.
Yeah.
Chivalry of a Failed Knight.
Okay.
And the Aztec War. And I just thought of another one, Infinite Stratos. 3 good series that I believe need sequel series. Now, here's another one that I'm going to say, and it's kind of going to be following the same lines as your My Hero take, but One Piece. Now, you haven't been introduced to Roxy Zebek yet, but I know Sage has, based on where he's at. Now, I don't know what Oda's going to do with Roxy Zebek's character, or with the Void Sentry, or with anything more with Roger's character going forward. But to see more of those three characters fleshed out, or like those two characters in that time period fleshed out, would be very cool to see. And I'm pretty sure Sage would agree with me if he was on this call.
Probably. You know what? If he would do One Piece, and I don't know too much compared to you and everything else.
Yep.
And I don't know how much we get of Shanks, but to get more of it, I think would be dope.
So,
I don't know how much we get. I'm not that far into it.
Shanks is more of an endgame character.
But to get his the complete backstory of him would be kind of cool. I think.
So, when you get Kozuki Odin, when you get the Wano, you'll get Kozuki Odin, and he was on Roger's ship.
Oh, okay.
So you'll get more of Shanks that way.
Okay.
Now, the only thing we're really missing from Shanks is from Roger's execution to when he meets Luffy.
Gotcha.
So to get that bit would be nice, but once again, Shanks is basically made out to be an endgame character when he shows up at Marineford. It's like when he shows up, blocks Akainu so easily. It's like, yeah, Shanks is an endgame character. Like, we're not going to get much more of him till the endgame.
Which makes sense.
So hopefully we get more of that time period of Shanks, like get a little bit of the information from that time period. But yeah, I can't think of any more, and on all these lists I'm just seeing more repeats.
What about a prequel of Seven Deadly Sins?
To kind of follow up on the 3000 on the original Holy War.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to that.
No.
So, something to fill out some more time on this wormhole. Well, we'll probably think of more while we're doing this. You want to do a quick recap of winter and a quick prequel of spring?
Wait, prequel what of what?
Like, basically going over like the standout shows of the winter season, and going over what we think is going to pop off for the spring season.
I am done.
All right, so first up, solo leveling.
Incredible.
It's ranked 3rd for the season.
Incredible. Should be first.
It's behind the 5th season of Kingdom, which I've heard nothing but good things about Kingdom. And then the 2nd season of The Dangers in My Heart, which I need to catch up badly. I'm like 9 episodes behind. But since we're both caught up on solo leveling is the one we're going to talk about. Insane. Like, it killed it.
Yeah.
To all the people who are saying, oh, A1's not going to do a good job with it. Well, where are you at now, huh? Especially today. Did you watch today's episode?
No, I still have to.
Dude, all I'll say is first-person point of view.
You shouldn't say anything.
First-person point of view is all I'm going to say.
Okay.
Ninja Kamui.
It is fantastic.
This one was a dark horse. No one knew about this till it started airing.
So, I caught wind of it before the first episode came out.
Yeah, but it was like several days. Like, I didn't hear anything about this until like maybe 3 days before the first episode.
I think it was roughly about the same time you did. And when I only watched the first episode, I kind of wanted to wait for more episodes to come out before I go back in and watch it.
Yeah, so what I'm doing with it is I'm waiting till the final episode airs. I'm going to get a free trial of HBO and then binge it.
I can say the first episode grabs you immediately.
I bet. Like, I already have the opening song in my playlist because it's by Cold Rain. But it's also, just so you know, it's by a brand new studio. E&H Production.
Okay. I don't know how much
they were just founded in 2021.
Okay.
Their
I
other
don't know.
notable series is Monsters, the
Like,
One Piece prequel
we need more of that.
we need more Ryuma. Yes, I agree.
I was pissed when I had the one episode.
Well, because it covered the entire one shot, and it added that scene of Thriller Bark at the end.
Yeah. We need more.
Plus, Zoro was the narrator.
Yeah. We need more.
Yeah, but not gonna press Oda for that because Oda's got his hands full with the final saga right now.
But to go back to the Ninja Kamui thing,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much Adult Swim you used to watch.
It
Do you
wasn't
know the
much.
show The Boondocks?
Yes, I do know the Boondocks.
Okay, so the first thing I noticed, so like, I'm gonna give you some sort of something like about the show. It starts off on a subway train,
Mm-hmm.
and the first thing I noticed it was it heavily like a lot of like the people look like Boondocks characters. I don't know if that was done on purpose
I
because
don't
it is on
know.
Adult Swim,
I
but
don't
it was like
know.
one of the very first things I noticed that like some of the people like on the train looked very Boondocks like esquely drawn.
Yeah,
It was
because
really cool. I
the only
was like, oh,
thing,
that looks like Boondocks.
the only thing in ENH's library for what they've actually animated is Ramen Akano, which hasn't aired yet. Project Bullet, which has no air date yet. Monsters and Ninja Kamui. Like that's all they have.
Yeah, like, if I can't necessarily like show you, but like it looks almost very Boondocks, which is cool because Boondocks is great. But
um,
like some of the people just look very Boondock-esque, which is awesome.
I think what we'll do is we'll probably do Anime Menace reviews episode of Ninja Kamui whenever I binge it after
So
it's
it's
done.
awesome.
So that'll probably be the next series we cover after Avatar.
So the fighting's great.
Next one on this list though is Mashal, season 2.
Have not watched it yet.
Dude, the
I heard it's great.
opening itself is just like gold.
I've heard the opening a million times.
Yeah, it's so good. Did you know? Fun fact about Creepy Nuts, the artist behind the song "Bling Bong Bong Born." They had a song called "Call of the Night," and that actually inspired the creator of the anime "Call of the Night." And they actually got in contact with each other, so the creator of Call of the Night can use the title Call of the Night. And then Creepy Nuts' song Call of the Night was the ending. And then Creepy Nuts also made a song for the opening of it when it got greenlit as an anime. I thought that was pretty cool. I don't know if you've watched this yet, but the next one up is Classroom of the Elite season 3.
No, I'm still very indifferent on that show. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it.
Oh boy. All right, moving on to the next one. Then we have Delicious in Dungeon. I am in love with this series.
I got nothing.
Dude, watch it. It's done by Studio Trigger, the same people do Kill la Kill and Cyberpunk Edge Runners. It's a seinen, but it doesn't feel like a seinen because it's just full of comedy.
Okay, I like that.
It's literally so in this world there's a dungeon with monsters.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a cookbook on how to cook monsters, but it's not a well-known practice to actually cook and eat monsters. Well, this party, because they're completely broke and they're on a mission to save the main character Laios' sister from the dragon's stomach, they go in with no money and no food, so they have to eat whatever monsters that they defeat. And Marcel, the wizard of the the mage of the party, she is so against it, but inevitably has to because it's their only source of food. And then the voice actor for Marcel in the dub is Emily Rudd, the one who plays Nami in the One Piece live action. It's her first voice acting role, and she's doing a stellar job at it. And then the voice actor for Laios, the main character, is the VTuber Sayu.
Okay.
But it is amazing. It's if Mashal wasn't airing this season, Delicious in Dungeon would be the funniest anime of the season.
That's fair.
Next one I have here is Tsukimichi Moonlit Fantasy Season 2.
That's a no for me.
I would watch it. I would watch it. It's an isekai. But in the first season, the main character, Makoto, gets his parents were originally from this other world and got isekai to our world, where Makoto was born. Now, as part of the deal, one of their children had to be sent back to that world, so Makoto gets isekai back to the world his parents were from. Well, the goddess of that world thinks he's ugly as sin and looks like a demi-human, so she does not grant him magical powers. And she makes it to where it is impossible for him to learn the common language, so he can only speak in demi-human tongues. But he finds a way around that. He learns how to write in common. But the god of our world in this series gives him magical abilities to where he's able to actually then learn magic in the world he's currently in. And he's just a nonchalant dude. While he's overpowered as all hell, he basically is like, I'm not going to be an adventurer, I'm going to be a merchant. So he starts up a merchant company, and now in the second season he is a magic instructor at a magical academy.
Okay.
But this is, I'll show you when the stream's over, he has this badass walk. And oh my god, it was amazing. I don't know if you started watching this because you were interested with the title.
Okay.
Because it's on my plan to watch. I haven't watched it yet either, but Cherry Magic, 30 Years of Virginity Can Make You a Wizard.
Oh, hell no.
You were intrigued with the title.
The title was so funny to me.
That's the reason I put it in my plan to watch, but I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, I do not plan on watching it. But
one that I've heard a lot
It's very
about
funny.
was Seventh Time Loop.
Okay.
The villainess enjoys a carefree life married to her worst enemy.
Ooh.
So, it's a time travel one. Ooh. Should have known that by Seventh Time Loop. But here's one that's actually finished. All episodes have aired. I've watched all 12 episodes, and that is The Unwanted Undead Adventurer.
Okay.
This took me by surprise. I was expecting like some sort of isekai bullshit harem type thing because the one chick on the visual has her tits basically hanging out. But it's not that. It took me by complete surprise. Basically, it's a dude whose goal is to become a mithril class adventurer. And he's stuck at bronze, but he can use all three types of power. So one day he finds the secret path in the labyrinth, and it takes him to this world-ending dragon that kills him. And he becomes an undead and is evolving as an undead to where by the end of the first season he is now a vampire.
Fair enough.
It honestly took me by surprise, and it's a very good watch. It's done by Studio Connect.
Okay.
Who... Holy crap, I've never heard of any of these series that they've done. Okay, they did Alice in Borderland.
Okay.
But all these other series I've never heard. Oh, Strike the Blood I've heard of. And then Senryu Shoujo is another one I've heard of. But there's a lot that like I had never even heard of these. Moving down, here's another one that I've been hearing a lot about. I actually had this one selected on my Mal Fantasy Anime League for this season, and that is The Witch and the Beast.
Okay.
I haven't watched it yet. It's on my plan to watch. But I've heard very good things about it. Next, another one that's finished, and I have completed and watched all the episodes of it. Blue Exorcist.
Okay.
This season was so much darker than the first two. I'm talking about the G word that a certain 40s man was doing. And I'm talking about abuse, parental corruption, like so much stuff. Like I felt more like a sanine watching this for this season. But it was extremely good. The payoff was great. And Blue Exorcist is always known to have a bit of like a good chunk of fan service. They had it in the first season. They had it in Kyoto Saga. You don't get that till the very end of the season. So, very very dark compared to the first two seasons, but still very enjoyable. I loved that season. It was probably my favorite season of the show so far. One that I've been hearing a lot about as well is Hokkaido Girls Are Super Adorable. I have no clue why this one is popping off. It's literally a slice of life about a girl who moved to Hokkaido, I believe, from Tokyo.
Fair enough.
Synduality Noir. The second part of Synduality Noir. It's got one more episode to air. It comes out on Monday. It's like iffy with me. It's like with me. I'm like mixed on it.
Okay.
It's not bad, but it's not something that it's not something like, say, Unwanted Undead Adventure, where like I'll go back and watch that once the dub comes out.
Right.
Like it's not something I'll do with Synduality Noir. Have you watched High Card?
No.
Okay.
No, I've been very slow on my anime watching due to One Piece and Solo Leveling.
Shaman King Flowers aired this season.
Okay.
Which I believe is the sequel of the new animation project for it. Oh no, I haven't watched any Shaman King yet. Here's one that I highly recommend for you. Ishura.
Okay, this one I've heard about. I saw a preview of the first episode, and what the fuck?
Yeah, it kicks off. I know I'm bringing it up this time, but it had an AOT kind of start for me with the way the first episode goes.
Okay.
Peaceful, going to school, living your day, and then all of a sudden a giant killing machine just appears and murks the whole town.
Okay. Okay. You know you can't just throw that around, right?
No, like I'm serious. When you watch the first episode of this, you will realize where I'm getting at.
As much as I praise Attack on Titan to death, because it is my all-time favorite, most people will say AOT has one of the greatest first episodes to an anime.
I was feeling that
so
when I've watched the first episode of Ishura, and this giant, I don't even know what it is because it's a mystery of what it is. I think it's some sort of mech, but it's from ancient times. When that appears and just decimates everything in that entire city, and then you have, she's not really a main character, but she is the one we follow the most. She's with her best friend, and it has like little mechs that are running around killing people too, other than just a giant mech. So it's like when the Colossal Titan appears, and then you have all the other Titans coming in through the opening the Colossal Titan made. But here's the thing: the Colossal Titan didn't fight more. This giant mech thing did fight more.
Well, if you think about it, the Colossal didn't have to fight because of Rhino.
And then, so you have these two, and it's kind of like magic, but they call it word arts. So she's there, and her best friend, basically sister, is with her, and she just gets gouged. Like her stomach ripped out. I
don't know exactly, like, what was going on. All I saw was these two kids, and it was just fucking gruesome.
Yeah.
I was like, this is fucked.
Yeah, like whenever
Like,
when,
in like
when you watch the first episode,
the best way possible.
you would when you watch the first episode, you will see what I'm getting at by like it gives AOT episode 1 vibes.
That is such a big praise.
It is good, and it's technically an isekai without even being an isekai. Because the main girl we follow is from that world. But there's other people around her that, especially the one that she parties up with in the red jacket with the sword.
Mm-hmm.
He's what they call a visitor. He's someone who got isekai to that world.
Okay. But that is such high praise.
Yeah, and I give it to Ishra. I don't think it deserves, like, the rating it has right now is a 6.64. I don't think it deserves that. It needs to be higher.
Hey, that's some pretty big praise.
It
seems well warranted.
It is, dude. I enjoyed this so much. And it's on Hulu.
Okay.
It is it's done by Studio Passani, who has also done they're doing the new Spice and Wolf.
Okay.
They did High School DD. Looks like the third and fourth season of High School DD they did.
Okay.
They did Citrus.
Okay.
They did Yuri Is My Job. And they did the Devil at Excalibur Magic Academy.
Okay. So it definitely it's definitely a show that piqued my interest.
Yeah,
so.
Oh my god, is it good?
Yeah, I'm sure I will blow you up after I watch the first episode.
Yeah, I will expect it. I will be sitting there expecting, like, dude, you were right. That gave AOT vibes.
Because that is such high praise. That is insane. I'm not even saying that because like I love the show. I'm just saying, like, when you look at first episodes, it's like,
yeah. Well, like, you figure for newer anime, like, it seems like the first episode has to captivate you. Because you go back to, like, One Piece, the first episode you don't really get captivated until Zoro appears.
Yeah.
And even then, it still takes a little bit more time before you're fully immersed in the world.
Right.
With Naruto, it's like the end of the first episode when he uses the multi-shadow clone jutsu.
Yeah.
With Bleach,
which was awesome the first time around.
Bleach, for the big three, is like the earliest you get engulfed, and it's about halfway through the first episode when he has that first moment as Shinigami versus Fishbone D.
Yeah.
But then you look at the newer stuff, you have AOT with that moment.
Oh my god.
You have Chainsaw Man, where he just goes absolutely crazy against the zombie devil.
Yep.
You have Demon Slayer, where you have the moment where Tanjiro walks up on his whole family massacred.
Okay. I will never forget the, like, I was getting ready to go watch Demon Slayer for the very first time, and, like, I was just getting off of all my social media to go watch it. The last thing I see was, don't get attached to the family. I'm like, oh, I wonder why they mean that. And I just go, oh my fucking god, I see why.
You have JJK with because I think it was in the first episode where you get the Sukuna Gojo spar for the first time.
Honestly, the thing that made me like it the most was when Yuji meets Megumi for the first time. They're running through the school.
Yeah, and then Yuji has that jump to the fourth story,
which was fucking awesome.
Which I was watching on Rustage's second channel. He has this thing where he's doing this Connect. It's a British television game, and he's doing it with Nerdcore Artist.
Yeah.
Or no, it wasn't that. It was Schwabados. It was Schwabity's second channel. They're doing a Family Feud, where Schwabity takes a survey of 100 of his fans. Now, one of the questions was, what anime character can beat Daddy Fat Snaps without powers? And one of the responses was Yuji Itadori. And
Seems fair.
Game Boy is like, Yuji jumped up from the bottom floor to the fourth floor window, and all you hear is Rustage in the background go, DPS did that too! Because, like, DPS was he was a professional bodybuilder before he got into Nerdcore.
Okay.
The dude is massive. He's like 6'6".
Jesus.
Yeah, and he's massive.
I will never forget Yuji jumping up, flies through the window.
Yeah, that's one of the scenes that got me, but when he eats the finger, and then you have that spar with
Gojo and Sukuna.
Oh
my god.
That was a great scene.
The first time Gojo shows up, I will never forget it. I brought snacks. He's taking pictures for Megami. He's like, oh, wait till I show this to the second years.
And then, like, the first episode of Kaiju number 8 is gonna captivate people right away.
I can't wait.
Because it was
I held off from reading it.
The first chapter is like, I'm hooked.
I held off of reading it.
And 103 chapters later, I'm so glad I got hooked on that first chapter.
I'm kind of glad I'm waiting. I think I'd rather watch it first.
What else is another newer one that's like, it grabs your attention right away? Because Black Clover doesn't.
MHA didn't either.
No, MHA, it was like episode 2 or 3 when we get Deku's first smash.
I was hooked by episode 4.
Whenever Deku got his first smash. Against the 0 point.
It took till... Yeah, episode 3.
Yeah. That's when I was finally like, okay, yeah, I'll watch this.
Episode 3 and 4 is when I got hooked. 3, you get the big smash. You get to meet Ida and Ochako.
Because I think I gave MHA the 3 episode. Because normally when I go into an anime, it's like, yeah, I'm just gonna watch this. But this was back
I give most the 3 episode rule.
Yeah, but this is back when I was like starting to get back into it. So I was like, I don't know what I'll like for these newer things. So I was like, all right, I'll give 3 episodes for MHA, and I was like, okay, yeah, 3rd episode got me.
Yeah, by episode 4, when you get to meet all Class 1A, and it's just showing off like the quirks and the abilities of the whole class, yeah. I was like, I'm fucking in. Like, we're locked in. I'm like, I'm doing it. Like, I'm just gonna.
Fairy Tail is an old gen that gets you on the first episode, though.
100%.
That I think
with
that
Natsu
one's probably
at the end of the first episode.
Yeah, that one's more of the end, so it falls in the same line with Naruto. Of where it hooks you.
Another good one was
Yeah, Black Clover. I don't think it was. It wasn't until I think it was episode 4 when they get their grimoires, and you have the dude with the chain magic shows up, and Asta gets his grimoire. That's when I was actually hooked on Black Clover.
Yeah.
Fire Force gets you within the first 5 seconds.
So lovely.
Yeah, because it's giving you the 3rd raid on Juju Island.
Yep.
Next up on the list is Studio Bones' project for this season, Metallic Rogue. So this one I'm kind of mixed on. It's an anime original.
Okay.
It's not bad.
I remember you talked about it a little bit.
Yeah, it's one of the ones that was simuldubbing.
Okay.
But it's not bad. It's not stellar. I feel a 6.59 is actually a very fair rating. I think if I was to rate it right now with only 10 episodes under my belt, I would probably give it a 7. And to get 8 and above for my rating is like hard to do.
Right.
But like I said, it's not quite mid, but it's not like outstanding. Like even Ishura, I only gave a 9.
Okay.
But that's more along the lines of it felt kind of like a setup season.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you look at the cover, if you look at the visual for it on Mao, you have all these characters. But you meet them throughout the season, but they don't all interact with each other yet. So it kind of felt like a setup season, but it still had that huge impact. It had a huge war already. So, like, I feel like if there was more interaction between all these characters, like they actually all met up with each other, it probably would have got a 10. But you know how hard it is for me to give an anime a 10. Next one, because I don't think there's any more that you've actually watched for this season.
Correct.
Yeah, so next one is the Demon Prince of Momomochi House. So, remember how I said Yona of the Dawn was like a battle shoujo? Or not like, is a battle shoujo?
Vaguely.
This one, it feels like it's trying to be a battle shoujo, but just fails. Like, I'm so uninterested by this that I switched from watching it weekly release to just watching the dub weekly, so going 2 weeks behind. And just reading Black Clover while it's playing. That's how, like, its score right now in Mal is a 6.43. I'm probably going to give it a 5. It's that bad.
Yikes.
One that I've heard mixed reviews on, and the main part of the mixes was because of the ecchi in it, is Tales of Wedding Rings, which I believe is a harem isekai seinen. So I haven't watched it yet, but that is something I probably will end up watching.
Fair enough.
To take that with you.
And to finish up for the spring, we have the continuing series, Freyren, Beyond Journey's End. Second half of it was beautiful. It is still the #1 rated anime on my anime list with a 9.38. The rating has gone up since the last time we talked about Freyren. That's a testament to how good this series is. It has gone up. It was I believe a 9.17 last time we talked about it. And I am fully caught up on the chapters of Freyren too. It gets better. Another one that's part of the continuing and will probably be part of the continuing for years to come, One Piece. So far what we've gotten of the Egghead arc was just beautiful. That's all I'll say. Okay, here's one that I didn't start watching until this winter season. Shangri-La Frontier.
You told me about this one. The intro goes hard.
This one, it was the opening that pulled me into this.
The opening goes hard.
I heard the opening, and I was like, yep, I'm watching this.
Well, you know what? We said the opening, and I remember another show that got you first episode, Tokyo Ghoul, hands down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially with the opening. Oh my lord.
Yeah. Well, I don't think. When did you get the opening in the episode? Is
at
it
the end of the episode?
Yeah, it's after Riza and the operation. Now, one thing that I'm still mad, I have to go back and rewatch this to confirm, but I don't remember him saying in his monologue as he's waking up and you see his eye, saying if I were to write a story and make myself the protagonist, it would be a tragedy. I don't remember that. Like, at all.
Right.
But yeah, Shangri-La Frontier, Fathoms with the banger opening, and they did the second opening too, Danger, Danger.
Mm-hmm.
And the cool thing about it is Fathoms is actually a collection of different artists. And one of the artists is from TK, the ones who did Unravel.
Unravel goes so hard. I don't give a fuck. This shit goes so hard.
But then also, like, after the opening's done, or even before the opening, you have Sanji's dub voice actor for the main character.
Ooh.
Like,
dub. That's a win. Now I'm gonna watch it for sure.
It is. Next up is Undead Unluck. Killed it. The last few episodes were so emotional. And I cannot wait for more Undead Unluck. And it shocked me when I saw that it was done by the same studio that does JoJo's. Yeah, it's done by David Production. Ragna Crimson was another one that's will be finishing up. I believe the final episode is airing next week. Ragnar Crimson, beautiful story. It's a story about dragon hunters slaying dragons that are trying to take over the world, basically, and eliminate humanity from the world.
Okay. You want to jump up into spring?
Yeah, there's one more that I want to talk about because we didn't really get to talk about it because we didn't know when it was coming out in America.
True.
And then there's three more I want to talk about first, real quick. But first one is Seven Deadly Sins, Four Nights of the Apocalypse. We got the first 11 episodes dumped last month. I binged them immediately.
After they kind of fucked up the OG, I kind of stopped.
So it wasn't bad, but I would have actually preferred to watch this weekly, not in Netflix dumps.
I don't,
because
honestly, I kind of like how Netflix does it.
Yeah, but
it gives you everything.
The first 11 episodes, it's like, okay, yeah, this is all the boring stuff. Episode 12 is where it's, I mean, there's some good moments, but not great. Mm-hmm. But it's way later that it's actually going to start getting good. Now, I'm still going to watch every episode because I still need to read 2 volumes of it, I think.
Right.
But it's great. And then we have Monsters. 103 Mercies, Dragon Damnation.
Incredible. It needs more.
Yeah. We talked about it already. It definitely
needs more.
Also, I haven't watched these episodes yet, but the first 7 episodes of Sand Lad came out. One of Akira Toriyama's stories.
That's Toriyama's last.
Like this, he did this series before Dragon Ball.
Me and Sage talked about it. He's like, "Are you gonna watch it?" I was like, "I don't know."
Yeah, only the first 7 episodes are out right now.
Like, I wanna.
Oh no, he did this after Dragon Ball Z. It was It was Dr. Slump he did before this.
We talking like peak Toriyama then.
Yeah. So basically the way I think it's going is because there's only 14 chapters, but there's 13 episodes. So it's pretty much a chapter per episode. Is what's going to happen with this.
Okay.
So I don't know when the next 6 episodes are coming out, but the first 7 episodes are out now. And I believe it's on Crunchyroll. It is not on Crunchyroll.
You talking about Sand Lad?
Yeah.
Hulu.
Is it?
Hulu.
Yep, there it is. It's on Hulu. Yeah, so
I plan on checking it out.
I don't know. I think it's just either just subbed or it does have a dub. I don't know.
I'm definitely gonna check it out.
Yeah, it's definitely something I'm gonna watch. It's gonna be hard to watch. I don't know if I'm gonna watch it. I think I'm gonna wait until the last 6 episodes drop, and I'm just gonna binge it. Just to basically get it out of the way, because it's like I don't want to feel like shit watching it and having to wait more.
I feel.
One thing that I will probably talk about as a review episode, so it might break up the Avatar review episodes, because it's coming to American theaters on April 19th, and that is Spy Family Code White.
Okay.
The movie is coming to theaters April 19th in America, so we'll probably do a review on that. Moving into spring, though, the first one on the list that I know me and you are both looking forward to is Bartender, Glass of God.
I cannot wait.
I
can't wait to learn how to make the drinks.
This is also done by a new studio called Liber. The only other show they have done is the cool guy, the ice guy, and his cool female colleague, which was enjoyable. I liked it. But yeah, Bartender, I'm excited to watch. Then we have Studio Bones' spring project, My Hero Academia Season 7. This is, I feel like, the quickest turnaround
Yes.
for a My Hero season.
One of them. Well, last year we got what? We got core 1 and 2. So.
Yeah, but it wasn't split up into cores. It was one full season. It just had the holiday break.
Yeah.
Then we got Studio Mappa's project, Oblivion Battery, which is a baseball anime. So I don't know how that's gonna go.
I want to head back to My Hero.
Yep.
Did you see the trailer?
I have not watched the trailer yet. No.
Okay. You already got some grapes.
Oh God.
Got some grapes. Of course, we gave this warning initially about spoilers.
Yep. There will be some slight manga spoilers for My Hero only. I'm not going to spoil anything One Piece manga-wise because this dude needs to catch up.
Do you remember when Shoto is standing in front of Dabi?
Are you talking about Nuclear?
No,
Before that?
Before. This is, remember, Stars and Stripes is just showing up in the anime.
I don't remember it exactly. It's been a while since we've read that part.
So, it has Shoto. It's like, the panel is like, you're looking up at both, and you have the aura of, like, the ice of Shoto, and it's coming off of him, and then across is Dabi, with a Nomu behind him, and some... In the trailer, it shows that it's missing the aura of Shoto. It's just missing things.
Yeah,
I hope
it might be in there on the final project.
I just hope Bones doesn't, like, I can't say, like, I hope they don't do what they did with Vigilante Deku. Like, I hope. Because there is panels coming up in My Hero that are very dark.
And it needs to be dark.
Very gruesome. Might I mention Dabi.
Yeah.
When his face is melting off.
See, I don't know if we're even going to get that this season.
Just in general. I'm just talking in general. Not for this season, but
yeah.
In general. Like, we need those things.
Yeah, they don't have a planned amount of episodes yet either.
I still think I predicted where they're going to end the season. And it will be the biggest cliffhanger
in the history
I have
of My
ever
Hero.
seen in my life. Possibly.
I don't
want to say ever.
I can't say the biggest.
It will be top 5 of everything that I've watched.
Yeah, because I definitely can't say, because you had the Core 2 ending of Bleach was a huge cliffhanger.
Of course. Oh, giant cliffhanger. I think it's going to be bigger than that.
There's so many that have cliffhanged so good and so big.
Okay, again, spoiler warning. I will keep reiterating this. If they end off on the death Katsuki Bakugo, I swear to Christ, people are going to explode.
But here's the thing, I think that's the perfect part to end
it is 100%
like
the perfect season ending.
before Edgeshot goes over to him. Like, you have the credits going, as the attack's happening and Katsuki's falling to the ground.
100%, and he's just laying in Midoriya's lap.
No, even before Midoriya shows up.
No. We need Midoriya there because we have to hear All For One saying, "I left you a present," and then it has to go black.
Basically have it cliffhang with the cover of Volume 37, which is my favorite cover right now. It used to be Volume 30. It used to be Dabi's Dance was my favorite cover. But then
Dabi's Dance covers.
When I saw Volume 37's cover revealed, I was like, nope, that is my favorite cover.
We need to hear the last words of the season be All For One telling Deku that I left you a present.
Dude.
You know how hard that would go.
Dude, for anime onlys, that would suck for them.
Oh, for them it would.
Oh god. Um, Before we continue, next one, Bartender Glass of God starts airing April 4th, and My Hero season 7 starts airing May 4th, and Oblivion Battery starts airing April 10th. Next one is something me and Tony are excited for, and that is Data Live season 5. That one starts airing April 10th, and I am extremely excited for that because I got to go back and rewatch the end of season 4. But as far as I remember, it was another massive cliffhanger, which I hate getting cliffhangered, but it's also amazing because it makes you like, oh shit, let me go back and rewatch this real quick before the next season starts. Especially for someone like me who watches so many different things at the same time. One that I have on my plan to watch, which I don't even remember putting there, is one by Toei, and it's Girls Band Cry. I don't know why I put that there. I don't know. That one starts on April 6th. Another one starting on April 6th is a new racing series called High Speed Etoile. Now, I watched the PV trailer of this, and the cars look so badass. Like, here's the quick synopsis of it. In the near future, a next-generation racing event called Next Race is announced. Changing the world of racing, new technology has made racing at over 500 kilometers an hour safe. How much is that in horsepower?
500?
Yeah, it's 310 miles an hour.
Yeah, it's fast.
That's fast. Changing the world of stage rate of the changing racing on the world stage completely. Rin Rindo.
Yeah, he's all an ass.
Rin Rindo, who once dreamed of being a ballet dancer, had given up her dream due to an injury, became a NEET and lives with her grandmother. However, one day she is suddenly thrown into the world of next generation racing. So I'm actually excited for this. And it looks like the main cast is mainly female racers, which I think is actually a nice little spin. I'm actually excited for that. Because if they're racing at that high of speed, they better be giving us more intense moments than Initial D does.
Really?
Yeah, I'm hoping for more intense moments than Initial D. It's being done by Studio A-Cat, which I don't know anything in their library. Like, at all. I don't know any of these series. They've been around since 96, too. Wow. Next one, starting April 13th, is probably the one I'm most excited for this season. Kaiju number 8.
I can't wait. I'm glad I held off of reading it because I cannot wait to go into blind.
Dude, you're gonna go into this anime and you're gonna be blind. Like, yep, I need to start reading this.
Dude, that's exactly what happened with AOT. Like, yeah, immediately. I started it, I caught up as fast as I could, immediately started to read it.
It is being animated by Production IG, who has done Ghost in the Shell work. They have done the 2 newest seasons of Fully Cooley. They were a producer with Studio Mappa on the final chapters of AOT. They did Great Pretender. They're doing the final movies of Haikyuu. They did Heavenly Delusion. They did Ultraman. They did Aoashi. They are also a producer with Mappa on the first part of the final season of AOT and the second part. So basically the entire final season they were helping Studio Mappa.
Okay. I got faith.
They did Fate Grand Order.
Oh, we in the bag for Kaiju, huh?
Well, they helped with Fate Grand Order. Ufotable is still the main studio on it.
So we're still in the bag with kaiju.
Yeah. They did Be the Beginning. They did Noblesse. They did season 4 of Haikyuu, which I think they did all of Haikyuu then at that point. They did Psycho-Pass. They were a producer with Wit on the first season of Vinland Saga. They were on season 3 of AOT. They were on season 2. They've been a producer on AOT since the start of AOT.
Yeah, we good.
Same with Haikyuu. They've done all the... Hold on, let me go down to some of their older stuff to see... They did Guilty Crown, which the animation on that was phenomenal for the year that came out. They did Blood Sea, they did Blood Plus. They've done what looks like almost all of the Ghost in the Shell movie. Ghost in the Shells. They did the Halo Legends anime. They did the Batman Gotham Knight anime. They did the original Blade of the Immortal.
Oh, yeah, Kaiju's gonna be fucking crazy.
Dude. And from what I know from the manga, like, some of these fight scenes are intense.
Yeah, this is gonna be fucking crazy.
This is gonna get anime of the season. They did Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Yeah, it's rapid. Yeah, Kaiju's gonna get it.
And they're doing
Kaiju's getting
Uzumaki.
it. Yeah, Kaiju is going to go fucking crazy.
Dude.
If the animation for Kaiju's bad, I'm going to be fucking furious.
I'm gonna be so pissed if it is.
I'm gonna be fucking enraged.
Like, as much shit that's gonna happen in this new season of My Hero, Kaiju's gonna clear it. Oh my god.
I did not expect that lineup.
No. I didn't realize
fucking
Production
crazy.
IG was on so much shit.
That is insane.
Like, they worked with Ufotable and Mappa on probably 2 of their... Well, I would say Ufotable's biggest is now Demon Slayer. But before Demon Slayer, fucking Fate was their thing. And then they're on AOT since the start with Wit.
That is insane.
What shocks me is they weren't with Vinland Saga Season 2 with Mappa, which clearly they have relations with Mappa. I mean, they were still
Wit
on AOT.
Doesn't Wit do all of Vinland?
No, Mappa did Season 2.
Interesting. So does Wit and Mappa work together?
Not as much. Not that I've seen. It's more that Mappa bought the animation rights for Vinland Saga Season 2. The same thing they did with One Punch Man and with AOT.
Poor Studio Wit.
Well, I mean, Wit is, when you talk about Wit being like close relations with someone, it's Cloverworks. Almost every Wit anime I've seen, Cloverworks is on it in some way, shape, or form as either a producer
Mappa
or a
is just
co-studio.
going, you're like, yeah, we like that. Mine.
Yeah, that's exactly what they did. That's why they got so much hate, because they bought the rights to animate so many different things at once.
I mean,
Because you have
it looks great.
JJK in there, Chainsaw Man in there, Hell's Paradise on top of AOT and Vinland.
One Punch fucking Man.
One Punch Man is their current thing that they're stressing over because the shit that happens.
Yeah.
Next one, Demon Slayer, Hashira Training Arc. I'm kind of upset they're actually going with a season of this.
Versus the movie.
Versus a movie. Because
I feel like a movie's more settled.
The Hashira Training Arc is so short. It's shorter than Mugen Train.
Really?
Yeah. In terms
Mugen
of
Train was crazy.
In terms of the manga arcs, it's shorter than Mugen Train.
The Mugen Train went crazy.
So them going with a season for this?
It's kind of surprising.
Yeah. I would have rather it been a movie. Now, if they're gonna add stuff, because we do like breeze over the Hashira training so quickly that we don't actually really focus on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's one of the most hated arcs in the series.
That makes sense.
So if they actually expand on the training, I can understand making it a season, which is what I'm hoping they're going to do.
Oh, I can see what time it was.
Yeah, where Konosuba season 3. I don't think you've watched any Konosuba.
Nope.
Yeah. Black Butler public school arc. Oh, also, Demon Slayer is starting on May 12th. Konosuba is starting on April 10th. Black Butler is starting on April 13th. On April 5th.
Heads up, I will have to dip out soon.
All right, we'll try to rush through these then. We won't go in depth on them that much then. April 5th, we have the Irregular at Magic High School Season 3. On April 13th, we have the Misfit at Demon King Academy Season 2, Part 2. On April 8th, we have Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation Season 2, Part 2. I'm super excited for that one. On April 2nd, we have Spice and Wolf, which it says it's a new anime project. I don't know if it's a sequel or if it's just a new anime in general. On April 7th, we have the Duke of Death and His Maid Season 3. On April 5th, we have That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime Season 3. And on April 4th, we have Laid Back Camp Season 3. And for our ONAs, on June 6th, we're getting Baki Hama versus Kengan Ashura. A single episode special. That is going to be awesome. Movies. These are going to be Japanese release dates. Don't think they're going to be happening in the US for a while. But on April 19th is Blue Lock episode Nagi. On June 28th, we have Fujimoto, the creator of Chainsaw Man. We have his short story Look Back is getting a movie. And those are the main movies. Also, April 12th, Detective Conan's 27th movie is releasing. So that's pretty much everything for the spring season. Very stacked lineup, but
Facts.
Kaiju's going to take it.
100%.
If I don't see Kaiju number 8 at the Anime Awards, I'm going to be kind of upset next year.
Same.
But that's all we got for you today. I know we said we were going to be doing What Needs a Second Season. We kind of came prepared, but then we just started drawing blanks.
There's a lot.
There's a lot. So we figured, since we got the review next week, might as well just get a quick recap of winter and a preview of what's coming in the following weeks for spring. Make sure you check out all the links down in the description below and grab yourself some Rogue Energy as Taco disappears. So I'm editing it out myself, it looks like. But get yourself some Rogue Energy. You just go to Madness5 at checkout to get yourself 5% off. And we will see you on Twitch tomorrow for Best Ice and Water Users. It's going to be interesting. And yeah. Stay humble. Get rumble. We'll see you next time.